Welcome back. Whether you are going on a solo trip or you're going with your friends on a family vacation or a vacation, who doesn't like to go on a quick trip and get away to relax? Well, according to the most recent Black Traveler Insights Opportunities and Priorities report, in 2019, Black U.S. leisure travelers spent $109.4 billion on normal travel pre-pandemic. And though we spend the money, folks, Black people are still subjected to racial incidents when it comes to lodging while traveling. That's why Stephen Grant created NoirBnB to make our homes away from home accessible. I caught up with his Chief Technology Officer, Torrance Reed, to help you plan your next trip for this Entrepreneur Sunday. Torrance Reed, thank you so much for joining us for Entrepreneur Sunday, and welcome to BNC.
Thank you for having me. Happy to be here.
Yes, we're so excited to be able to connect with you. So, Torrance, we've heard all about Airbnb. All of us have stayed in one in our lifetimes, but not too many people know about NoirBnB. So tell us all about your travel and lodging business and share with us the interesting story that led you all to starting this for Black people.
Yes. As any good business, it's usually a problem that the founders have. So our founder, Steph Grant, he actually was staying in an Airbnb. Some of the neighbors actually contacted the authorities, and they came out and investigated and found out he was actually staying there legally. And so it became a big thing. And with the press behind it, we actually decided to see if we could take it to the next level. And so in doing so, we found out that many individuals experiences, not only in this country, but in many places around the world, travelers of color have impediments to enjoying their experience, right? And oftentimes it's because of the color of their skin.
And I think it's the perception sometimes people say, they look at us and maybe say they don't have money, so they probably thought, okay, how did you end up in the wrong neighborhood? So I'm not sure if you experienced anything like this, but it's so important that you all have something to offer for us now, by us. So I'm sure the travel groups like Black Travel Movement are very grateful for your platform, and you all don't offer just the average spaces. You're talking about luxury, so tell us about that.
Yes. So, of course, with any experience, you want to have luxury options.
Yeah.
So we make sure that we have listings and experiences from around the world, not just in the United States, for our travelers and our hosts to enjoy together, right? Because it is an experience that's enjoyed together when the host and the travelers connect.
And so you have listings all over the nation and internationally. I saw some places, Dallas, Cabo, some in LA. How has things opening up actually helped your business?
So the pandemic actually allowed us to refocus.
Yeah.
It allowed us to make our infrastructure a little stronger, and it allowed us to test some things out. We actually rolled back some of those changes and are about to release some updates in the coming weeks. So things opening back up basically put us in the position we thought that it would. Many individuals are ready to travel, right? Like we've all been sitting in the house for a year and a half.
Yes.
And traveling is just a thing you do, right? Whether it be international or domestic. So, we are ready to get back to it, and we think people are ready to get back to it.
Certainly. I love a good trip, and I love to be able to walk into a room or a house where I just feel like, comfortable and just ready to enjoy my trip. So we are also seeing a growing number of Black people entering into the short-term rental space. You actually allow folks to list their spaces on your platform. Tell me all about that.
Yes. As with most short-term rental platforms, right, we allow individuals to list their spaces so that travelers can search and find available properties. And what we try to do is make sure that entire experience is a beautiful experience and you do feel good, aside from it being user-friendly and a seamless technical experience, right? Because that's part of why we exist. Much of the travel of people of color is oftentimes not fun, and if any leg of your experience is disrupted, oftentimes it can affect your entire trip, right? So we've allowed individuals who share that same mantra, right, to share their spaces and open up their homes and their businesses and their knowledge, right, to our guests.
And what have you guys heard from some of the people who've stayed at your homes? What have they been saying, like in terms of like, you know, I went through all of these things and now we finally have somewhere that we can feel comfortable in staying in a home that, you know, was created for us?
We're hearing basically what we've been hearing, right? Is that thank you so much for providing something like this for us. We're still trying to, you know, get it to be comparable to the widely known and heavily funded platforms, right? But we're just taking it a day at a time and listening to our customers, listening to the feedback, making sure that we have the necessities, and making sure that we try not to be the Black Airbnb, right? That's what many people know us as, but we try to stand in our own lane, right?
I understand that. And so we know real estate also helps build generational wealth. That's the goal of many in the Black community. So how does kind of allowing your host to help move us into that direction?
Well, me personally, I'm real big on real estate myself. Steph is a licensed real estate agent as well. So as with anyone that we're helping, whether that be a host or an individual, right? You want to educate them on what they're doing. We want to make sure they maximize the profit potential in their property. We want to make sure that they're staying abreast of city ordinances and real estate laws in their state, right? Like there's so many different ways that you can educate someone while providing them a platform, right? So for me, it's actually a platform that helps others help themselves, right? So we just sit in the middle.
Yeah. Well, this is the big question. Everybody wants to know, how does it work? How do our viewers find you? I mean, anybody who's looking to book a trip right now, whether it's local or international, how do they find you?
Sure. You can visit NoirBnB.com. That's www.NoirBnB.com. All of the social media handles are the same. Or you can actually reach out to us, info@NoirBnB.com, and someone will respond within about 48 hours.
So we want to thank you for your time. I appreciate you for joining us for Entrepreneur Sunday.